Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about something that kind of, I think, plagues all of us beauty lovers in the winter, and that is dry skin. We all know how annoying it is to try and, put makeup on over the top of dry skin patches, and just how gross in general dry skin gets all over your body, from your lips to, your legs, your elbows, just everything. So today I wanted to talk to you guys about some of my favorite ways that I deal with and heal my dry skin so that I can still carry on with my normal routine without anything being, itchy, patchy, or flaky. I actually did a blog post the other day where I link, I think, almost every single one of these products, hyperlinked right into the article, as well as walk you through the steps that I'm going to be talking about. So I will link that in the description box below if you guys wanted to check that out as well. But other than that, let's get started. So the first thing I'm going to talk about is kind of my morning face routine. I think that's, a pretty good place to start, give you guys a good idea of how I do things. So I fluctuate between showering in the morning and at night. It just kind of totally depends for me. But whether or not I'm showering in the morning or just washing my face at the sink, I always use my Neutrogena oil-free acne wash. I love this because it's really good at making my face feel super clean and feeling like it's scrubbing away a lot of, dirt and grime and oil and makeup. But it's not super harsh. It doesn't feel like it's burning my face. It doesn't leave my face overly dry. So it's still a pretty mild cleanser, even though it definitely does work great for clearing acne. I definitely feel like it really cleanses my skin. And I don't have any, more breakouts because of this by any means. So then after using my cleanser, I go in with a little bit of my Clinique clarifying lotion, and this is something that I do exclusively in the winter. This is designed for dry combination skin, and it really cleanses your skin and makes it feel really, really, really soft. I know I read a lot of comments and reviews on this on the Sephora website that said it made a lot of people's face burn, it made a lot of, it created rough patches, but I haven't really had that experience, and that might be because I don't have traditionally dry skin. I just suffer from dry skin in the winter, so it might react a little differently on me, but so far I've had no problems with it. It hasn't interacted weirdly with any of my makeup or anything like that. It does make my face feel really tingly, but in a good, clean way. So I've been finding that I like that a lot. So then I go in with my Pond's dry skin cream. And this is advertised as a rich, hydrating facial moisturizer, and it definitely is. I will caution it is a little bit on the thin side. It definitely isn't a super lightweight moisturizer. However, I find that it doesn't clog my pores, and I'm really susceptible to clogged pores, and I think that it works really well in keeping my skin from getting too over dry, and it also I think it helps prevent my skin getting dry as the day goes on. I don't, by the end of the day, have dry patches like I normally would if I wasn't using this. And then I follow it with my Baby Skin Instant Pore Erasing Primer. And I have loved this primer through all of the seasons, even when it's warm out, but I think that especially in the winter, this is really moisturizing. It adds just another layer of moisture to my skin that I've been really enjoying lately. And I did want to note that when I do wake up and I wash my face and I go to do my makeup and I have those like patches of dry skin on my cheeks, that's just like, ugh, your makeup's gonna cling to it. Like, what do? I always, always, always go in with just a Q-tip and a little bit of coconut oil, and I just swab that area, and it helps to flatten out that area and make it really moisturized, and so makeup applies smoother over the top and it doesn't get super cakey. So that's kind of my trick for if you have, a patch of dry skin that you're having a hard time handling. That's 100% how I've fixed that. And then as far as makeup itself goes, I don't really change my routine too much in the winter other than for foundation. So you guys know I've been loving the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless foundation in 112. But I found once it started to get a little cold, a little bit late October, early November, I was finding that at the end of the day my skin would start to oxidize and it would be dry, even in patches that hadn't been dry in the morning. So I was like, wow, I think my foundation is really drying out my skin. So I switched the Dewy and Smooth Maybelline Fit Me, and this is a shade down in Porcelain, and I've been loving this a lot. I think that this is a lot more moisturizing. It doesn't add any dry patches to my skin as the day goes on, and it really wears quite smoothly throughout the day. So I would definitely recommend, if you're using a matte foundation, maybe switching to a more dewy one in the winter, just because you're more predisposed to be matte anyway, so you probably don't need that matte finish on your look. But that's just my preference, but I found that's been working really, really great for me. So as far as my nighttime skin routine goes, I go back in with the same cleanser I used before at the end of the day, and then to take off my eye makeup, I use the Garnier Skin Active Micellar Cleansing Water, and I love this. I love, love, love this. I know I've talked about it before, but I really do feel like in the winter especially, wipes can be just way, way too drying in your under eye area and even on the sides of your eyes. With that super fragile skin that's dry anyway, I think that wipes can sometimes be way too harsh, and they especially were for me. So switching to this I think is a lot more natural and a lot more moisturizing as far as my eye area goes, and I've been loving it a lot, and this is something that I will definitely, definitely be repurchasing. And then after that, I go in with my Charcoal and Black Sugar Polishing Mask, and this is from Freeman Beauty. This is a holy grail beauty product of mine ever since I first tried it in one of the $1 sample pouches. This has been a beauty staple for me. I really love it because I feel like it gets into my pores, it cleans out all of the dirt and oil, and it's not too harsh. Like I know sometimes I struggle with the St. Ives Apricot Scrub because that's so harsh on my face, where I feel like this is genuinely a lot more gentle. I just apply it to my face and wash it off in 5 to 7 minutes, and it leaves me feeling like exfoliated. It gets rid of all the dead skin, all of the dull skin, and it makes my skin look brighter overall, but it's not too like harsh. It's not abrasive on my skin, which really helps, especially if you have acne scars like I do on my cheeks. Sometimes if you're using a product that's too abrasive, it can make it worse, but I don't feel like this at all. I feel like this is brightening, polishing, everything that it says it does, it definitely does, and it's at a really low price point, so I for sure would recommend picking this up. And then I go in again with my Clinique Clarifying Lotion, because you are supposed to use it twice a day. And again at night, this just cleanses my skin, makes it really soft, really clear, gets all the dirt out, all the gunk out, all the rogue dry skin patches, so I love that as well. And then to take care of my under eyes, I have been liking to go in with my Clinique Smart Custom Repair Serum just in my under eyes. And I haven't necessarily seen like a huge difference as far as my under eyes go, but I definitely feel like it does add moisture there, and it makes it, at least in my head, it makes me feel like I'm moisturizing that, you know, that papery skin underneath your eyes. I don't necessarily know if I would repurchase this just because it hasn't really had too much of a dramatic difference, but I think it's helping and I'm using it for now, but it's not anything that I necessarily would recommend, but it's not anything I would be willing to take out of my routine either. So then after that, on my cheeks, I go in with a little bit of my Clarity Vitamin C Serum. In the warmer months, this is something I use in my morning routine, and I use it underneath my makeup. And I use it every single day. But because this is a little bit drying as a serum, I do actually just use it at night, and I use it probably 3 or 4 times a week rather than using it every single night because it can be so drying and my face is already dry. I don't really want to add to that. But vitamin C serum is actually really brightening, and that's really helpful in the winter when your skin is kind of so dull, and it helps to bring back a little bit of life to it. So I definitely, even though it's drying, I think the benefits outweigh the consequences. It's just a matter of like toning it back and finding the right amount to use it. So then to sleep, I put on a little bit of my Garnier Skin Active Clearly Brighter lotion, and this actually came with my micellar water when I bought it as a sample, and I love it. I love how it smells. I love that it's super lightweight. I hate sleeping in a moisturizer that's really thick. I just, whether it's true or not, I feel like it's clogging my pores while I sleep, and I hate that feeling so much. So I really love this because it's super duper lightweight and it's nourishing my face at night, and I don't wake up feeling like super duper greasy. So I've definitely been loving this, and I will probably repurchase it in a bigger size once it's gone. Okay, and then as far as my body goes, I feel like I definitely shave a lot less when it's cold out just because that can be a process that's super drying and my legs are now all the time. But when I do shave, I always shave with coconut oil just because I think that that makes your legs a lot softer, a lot smoother, and it helps a lot with all of that drying. And then every single shower I take, all over my body, I use this Tree Hut Shea Sugar Scrub. And I would swear by this. I picked this up at Walmart. You can probably get it at any drugstore. And it's such a nice scrub because it's not drying. I know sometimes with scrubs and exfoliators, you walk away like literally feeling like your skin has been stripped of all moisture and all oils, as well as getting rid of the dead skin, but you feel like really dry. I don't feel like that with this at all. I feel like this deposits a lot of really natural feeling oils into my skin after I use it. I walk away feeling like, yes, I definitely need a moisturizer, but not like, oh my gosh, like all the moisture is gone from my body. So I would 100% recommend this. It's amazing, and this Moroccan Rose smells so, so, so good, and it works really well for getting rid of dry skin on your elbows as well. And then after I get out of the shower, I usually like to use this. This is my Eucalyptus Spearmint Stress Relief Bath & Body Works lotion. I've used this for probably 3 years straight now. It's my #1 lotion. It's one of the only things that I use. In the winter months, I do tend to combine it more with coconut oil. I'll let the coconut oil sink in and then put this on, you know, right before bed or in the morning when I wake up. I love it. It's super lightweight. It's still super moisturizing, and it smells really, really, really good. So this is a product that I'm never ever getting rid of. It's almost gone, but I'll definitely be repurchasing another ASAP. And then last but not least, lips. Lips are something that just get so, so dry in the winter just because, you know, they're so susceptible to air. And it's also, if you're not hydrated, that's kind of the first sign, is like your lips are really cracked and gross. So the first thing that I've done to kind of put a little TLC to my lips is I've been trying not to use as many matte lipsticks. They're so drying, and I feel like a lot of matte lipsticks really dry my lips out for like days. If I apply a really thick, really drying matte lipstick, I feel like even up to like 2 days after, like my lips still don't feel like normal, and I hate that. So I've really been trying to switch them out of my routine and only using them when necessary. And when I do use them, I like to put coconut oil underneath, or this Baby Lips Dr. Rescue chapstick. I love this. I think it works really great as a standalone chapstick. It works really great under lip products. It really works great over the top of lip products. I know this probably isn't something you're supposed to do, but sometimes when I'm wearing a nude matte lipstick and I put it on in the morning, midway through the afternoon, I'll pop a little bit of this on over the top, and it'll make my lips look less cracked. It'll kind of rejuvenate them a little bit. So I've really been loving this for lips in the winter. So that's it. Those are all my tips and tricks for combating dry winter skin. If you guys have any questions or comments, or if you use any of these products, let me know in the comments below. I would love to hear from you. Other than that, have a great day.